Hey guys, CTPs, aka KB24 here, coaching for profits, bestpokercoaching.com. Today I'm just going to do a very quick review of today's play basically, and I'm kind of going to do it off the fly, so let's see how it goes. Let's have a look at some graphs. Okay, here's today's graph. As you can see, played 2,500 hands and lost $27. This is all NL10 by the way, so that's sort of nearly 3 buy-ins, 2.5 buy-ins, win rate -10 to -11 big blinds per 100. Playing with a stop loss of 5 buy-ins at the moment, so as you can see here, probably just went over that by the looks of things. Gets kind of difficult when getting close to the stop loss. I haven't really got anything set up to alarm me that I've reached it, so when I feel I'm getting close I have to start looking at the cashier, which is not good for my game because I tend to avoid possible plus EV situations pre-flop, like getting jacks and ace king, ace queen in pre-flop. Tend to avoid those rather than lose some hours, which is probably not the right thing, so I'll have a chat with Foos about that, see what he thinks I should do there. I suppose I should just take the plus EV situations. It's probably a good idea to have a look at the EV graph, because I don't think I ran too well today, so let's bring that up. Okay, so this gold colour line here is the EV line, which is what would happen if the cards fell as we would hope, or our results are for our equity in the hand when everyone is all in. So as you can see there, only actually lost something like 30 to 40 big blinds over the whole session there, so have to take into consideration that some of the losses are down to just a bit of bad run, which is totally standard. If we look there, lost 270, yeah, so there's a good 240 big blinds I can attribute to a bit of bad run. So the next step that I would do now is just have a quick look at red line and blue line, just to see whether the losses have mainly come from showdown pots or non-showdown pots. So let's bring those up for you. Okay, here the blue line is winnings at showdown, so that's when we actually see the cards at the end of a hand, and red line is non-showdown winnings, or losses in this case, and that's when people fold before the hand's over, so nothing actually gets seen. I would usually expect my blue line to go up over a session. I mean, this is only a small session, so anything can happen. Well, actually it's a big session, but it's a small sample of hands, and my red line is usually sort of on a steady downward line. So just lately, since some of the coaching, my red line's sort of gone a bit flatter, as you can see here, and sort of over this period here, just from probably C betting better and 3 betting a bit better. I do remember during this session, which is probably about 8 or 9 hours altogether over two sessions, there was a period where I lost a lot of hands that were close. So basically I just hit the villain's range, where he was at the top of his range and I was in the middle of mine or whatever, which probably says why there's a lot of blue line losses down here. The best thing to do now is have a look at some of the big pots that I lost at showdown. So we can see here there's one there, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 6 big hands lost at Showdown, so let's have a look at some of those and see if we can see what happened there. Okay, here's the first hand we're going to look at. Hero's got ace queen in the small blind. This fishy villain, he's a 34-18. I'm sitting on his left on purpose. He folds to c-bet 51, which is a lot. So I'm generally 3-betting him and c-betting him quite a lot. His fold to 3-bet is 57, so that's generally my plan versus him. He does c-bet quite a lot and c-bet the turn quite a lot, but he doesn't fold to check raises. So the plan's to make hands versus this guy, or have the initiative and c-bet against him. Anyway, we've got ace queen in the small blind, so I raise for value against his range, and he calls, and we flop top pair, top kicker, and start value betting 3/4 against him, and he calls, hit trips top kicker on the turn, which is fantastic, and I'm just making sure I get as much money in as I feel he's going to call while he's got his draws and second pair type hands. So I bet 3/5 pot there, 60%, and he calls, and the rivers are blank, and I was considering, there's hardly any money left anyway, but I was considering just pushing it in, but I thought the chances of him having top pair with 3 queens on the board is pretty slim, and he might find a fold, although thinking back he's probably not going to fold getting those odds. And with him being a fish, he's semi-aggressive. His river aggression factor's 3. He's just generally a little bit aggressive. He raises flops 17, which is quite high for these stakes. His one win saw flops 43, so I thought I'd give him a chance to bluff any flush draws he might have, although he's not really got any fold equity, so I thought I'd give him a chance to make a mistake there. That could be a mistake on my part, and he does shove it in for me, so I'm happily calling, obviously. Unfortunately, he has turned over a full house with the flop set of 3s. Pretty poor call from him pre-flop, calling 3s against my 3-bet. You know, he's only going to get paid when I hit top pair, top kicker, really. But yeah, not much I can do about that one. I think I played it okay. River's probably a shove anyway, but not much you can do. Okay, here's the next hand. Got a pair of 9s under the gun. Standard 3 times open for me, and the small blind call, so I'm putting him on decent pocket pairs and quite high broadways. He has got he's a reg. He has got a fish behind him, so he might call a bit wider. Flop, we hit a set of 9s, which is fantastic, obviously. Bet away, and he calls, and then the ace on the turn is not a fantastic card for getting value, but still bet away, and he raises me fairly small. When he does this, it didn't really change much for him, other than if he's got ace queen, really. He has got perhaps ace 9 and ace 3 in his range suited, if he called them expecting the big blind to come along with us, but I pretty well put him on ace queen straight away here, and I don't want any action killer cards to come, and he's never folding anyway, so I just jam it all in. I'm convinced I've got the nuts here, and the river comes a queen, which gives him a full house, gives me a full house, but gives him a better full house. He's effectively got 4 cards to come on the river that could improve him, 2 queens and 2 aces that were left, and he hit them. So yeah, that'll be one that hit the EV line pretty bad, but yeah, nothing I can do there. Pretty sure that's played well on my part, just part of the game. Next hand here, we've got King King in the big blind, 5-handed, and villain, who's effectively mid position, opens 3.5x. I 3-bet him. He's got a pretty wide range from mid position. He's a 27-20. If we just look in the pop-up, his raise first in mid position is 26, and his fold to 3-bet is only 24, so he's going to call me with nearly all of his range there, so standard play anyway. And he calls, and pretty wet flop, but he's got lots of queens, a few tens and jacks and stuff there that we beat. Easy value bet. Perhaps could have gone a little bit bigger there, which he calls. The turn, sorry, I'm not that excited about, because he has got some 2-pair now, and he had some aces in his range. Timed out on this one a little bit, really wasn't sure. I've got 733 left and the pot's 539, so basically the money's going in somewhere. I'm never folding here. I actually think I checked here, which, looking back, I think's quite a big mistake actually. I probably was not sure whether to overbet, just jam it in, or whether to bet a bit smaller. Probably just jamming it in's fine here, because he's got Jack in his range, I think, with a club. I don't think he's got 9s, but he's got some 2-pair. But I've got equity, I've got the nut flush draw basically, and Jack's going to improve me. I don't think he's got many flushes with all those high club cards already gone. Yes, I'll be posting this one on the forum to have a look at. But anyway, I actually checked, as I say, and he bet for me, and I just jammed the rest in there, which is probably a good result for me. Gave him a chance to bluff, I suppose, but I don't think people bluff much there, so I probably should have just jammed the turn there. But he turned over King Jack off with a turn straight, which surprised me a bit, that he call those offsuit in those positions. But there you go. Not much could be done there either, really. The money's going in somehow. I'm just think I probably should have just jammed the turn. Yeah, so that's another 100 big blinds gone in that pot. Not much I could do about that one. Okay, another quick hand here. It's getting a bit long, this video. Ace King in the big blind. Reg opens 3.5x, and he's got a bit of a fish behind him, so I think he's pretty strong here anyway. But squeeze Ace King, obviously a little bit big, hoping to isolate the fish, and they both call, so I'm not expecting to see monsters here. Flop the nuts basically, and they've both got pretty high fold to C bets, so I actually checked here, let them catch up a bit. There's no flush draws on, don't expect to see much in the way of broadways. Probably should keep it simple and just bet out the flop there, to be honest. Anyway, the villain bets for me. I call. It's so deep here, we only need to play for 2 streets, and he puts the rest in on the turn. Easy call, standard, and he turns over ace queen for a flop full house. The money's going in there again. Yeah, kind of once the action started unfolding, I thought he might have ace queen there. Didn't think he had queens. Yeah, that's another 100 big blinds gone. Probably could have bet out on the flop, but again, nothing really could be done there, so that's fine. Okay, next one, king queen in a small blind, king queen off. Yeah, squeeze here. I'm trying to isolate this fish here, 67.36, and that's what happens. Flop top pair, second kicker. I'm looking to get all the money in here. There's draws he's got, there's all sorts. He calls, and I managed to leave myself just a shove on the turn. I'm expecting him to call his flush draws and jack queen and whatever he's got here. He might even call his gut shots, this guy. And he calls, and the river's the ace, and he turns over ace 10. So as you can see, when I got the money in on the turn, he'd got second pair, top kicker. Pretty bad call by him, really. He's pretty well crushed, or he's pretty well crushed by my range for my actions there. And he rivered the ace for 2 pair. So again, that's one for the EV line. When the money went in, I was quite a big favourite there. He'd got the 4 ace outs and 3 10 outs basically. Yeah, so nothing can be done there. Another quick one, a7 suited in the cut off, open, get a call behind, goes 3-way. Yeah, bet here. He's got high fold C bet 57. This guy, don't really know yet. 9 hands he's played most of them's got a wide range, so going to fold a lot, and can pick up some equity. Pick up top pair. So I'm just value betting against this guy here now. So bet half pot, and he calls, and river's a 10. So now I've got the best full house there is, and yeah, bet pretty big. Well, no, not that big, but bet fair decent size. Try and get calls from all his pair hands that he can't really fold. Probably could have gone bigger. He jams, and I'm thinking, has he got the 10 after all? Surely he would have done something with the 10 earlier, especially with the most of the fish here. When they see the flush card come on the turn, they tend to raise it up there. So I wasn't really sure, but I thought I could well be splitting here, or he could just be overplaying. He's a fish anyway, so I think it's fine to call here. Called, yeah, and of course he had flop trips and rivered quads. What can you do? Not 100 big blind hand here, but just another typical sample of the sort of thing that's been happening a lot here at the micro stakes. Sure you guys have all seen it before. Flop top pair here. I can't remember which guy it was that came along. Oh, actually, yeah, he's kind of a tight reg, this guy. So I'm betting away with my top pair, top kicker. Didn't like the queen there, to be honest, and that's just I'm value betting away, and then that's just a horrible river. The flush came in, there's 4 to a straight on board, so I end up check folding the river there. But that's the sort of thing that's just been happening loads. I think I've got another funny one like that. Hang on a sec. Yeah, this one here was quite funny. This guy hadn't long joined the table, but he'd been open shoving in a bit, and he'd open shoved and showed a couple of times. Sounds like king 8 off, and for like 40 big blinds. He's got 28 big blinds now, and I didn't like him having position on me, to be honest, but I was just waiting for a monster, and we get it in, and oh yeah, the flop came down 9-10 jack. I get to see his cards as soon as we're all in anyway. So I think you can probably have a little guess when he turned his cards over. I was like, yes, show me the money, and of course he turns over King Queen, so I've got him dominated before pre-flop when we shove, and he flops a straight. Yeah, so that's just the sort of stuff that's been going on in that session. I've been getting quite a lot of that at the micro so far, NL10. Um, Still beating it pretty well, but just I'm just not quite kicking back onto NL25 at the moment. But soon it's just going to turn. The win rate's pretty good at the moment. I'm just going to put my results in my blog as well, just for the last few days. But yeah, just a little example of some hands there. I hope everything's going well for you guys. Thanks for watching, and speak again soon. So eat your peas, KP24, Coaching for Profits at bestpokercoaching.com. Good luck.